So I just passed 6 miles and there's a fork in the trail that I'm not sure which way I'm supposed to follow. All right, so we are at Sleeping Bear Dunes. Andrea and me are gonna go for a little scenic ride around the bike path through different towns.
My wife Andrea and I finally got a chance to take a vacation, and it was great. We spent some of our time over at Sleeping Bear Dunes and had a blast. And while we were over on that side of the state, she decided that it would be a good idea to let me go and take a ride on the VASA Singletrack.
Alrighty. Today's adventure is the VASA Singletrack. And one thing about being in MTBMichigan is I've always wanted to ride Michigan trails as much as possible, and there are so many to ride that it's pretty exciting to finally get out and ride one out here in the northern side. So it's just outside of Traverse City, and I believe it's a 13-mile trail. And yeah, this is a cool opportunity. My wife and I are on vacation, and she said pick a trail by where we're going to be, and this is the trail that we're going to ride today, or I'm going to ride. So yeah, so much of northern Michigan I've only seen by snowmobile or obviously by car. So I'm really excited about this. I got to do that one ride about 2 years ago, where I had my dad drop me off and I did part of the North Country Trail and GPS'd my way back to see what a bike packing trip would be like. And I still plan to actually take one. But other than that, I haven't really been able to get to enjoy anything else in northern Michigan in quite some time. Now, I have read about this trail, but completely forgot about it. My wife actually knows more of what's coming right now than I do. So I'm a little blind as to what's going on. I promised, since she's reading a book right now over in the trailhead, I promised I'd be safe and a good boy. So that's what I'm going to be. So one thing I can tell you, now that I'm about a mile in, is it's very well maintained up here. It's gorgeous. And you can see the dirt, pretty light colored. It's a lot of sand, but it's not so far, unavoidable or unpassable sand. It's just a light coat of sand on top. And so far it's just pretty rolly. It's just beautiful. I was toying with the idea of bringing the Farley for this vacation, and actually it would have been just as good a choice as this so far. It's very smooth, very pretty, and I think the setup is even years you ride clockwise, odd years you ride counterclockwise. So currently riding counterclockwise. I'm just really impressed with the beauty of the trail. So far, about 2 miles in, if you're, you know, if you're more cross-country oriented, this is a great little getaway not far from Traverse City to allow you to spin your legs and go. So one thing that surprises me in the first 4 miles, and outside of stopping for a quick minute, I've been running about 9 miles an hour, which is that I'm running 9 miles an hour, which for a Clydesdale, that's awesome. But why it surprises me is for Michigan, Traverse City has a lot of elevation, and this has been so smooth and gradual. It's beautiful. I'm just surprised at the lack of downhill, uphill. I just love the feel so far for, you know, a cross-country trail. It's nice. Lots of mushrooms. Wish I knew more about them. It's just gorgeous. The lake over there, am I right? These tall ferns feel like those speeders on, was that Return of the Jedi? Yeah, Return of the Jedi. Maybe I'll see an Ewok. So I just passed 6 miles, and there's a fork in the trail that I'm not sure which way I'm supposed to follow. This one says 2-way. I don't know. It said 5 to 5.5 or something like that. The other one said 5 to 8. Now, I would imagine that I'm probably on the wrong trail, but there wasn't a map right there with it. So, since this one says 2-way, I'm going to see what happens and ride around this lake a little further. And if it takes me back too quick, I'm going to double back and go ride back to this point and do the rest. So there's that. Maybe not the brightest on my part. I could look up trail forks or something, I guess, to get an idea. I can tell you this is a little more technical. I don't know. Well, anybody who's experienced with VASA Trail, maybe you can tell me from where this camera point shows. Did I go the right way or the wrong way? But I haven't seen a trail marker in about a mile. And it did say 2-way trail at that, so, and I basically just climbed. So I am going to turn around And see where have this take me back. And I haven't seen any fresh trails like recent riders, and I saw one rider, so I should see relatively decent trail marks, and I don't think he went this way. So we're gonna double back. Fortunately, I think some of this is going to be descent. Not fast, but descent nonetheless. I have a bug inside my glasses. He is tickling my eyelash, and I can't ride like that. Go on, buddy. There we go. Not far now from where I think I got turned around. Bright eyes. Okay. Strombolus Lake Loop is two-way. It adds 4 miles of smiles. So I could have stayed on that and been all right. And honestly, now that I did about 1.5 miles, I liked it. But I'm gonna get back over here and stay on this one. Because I didn't see any pathway trail markers like that when I was over there. And since this is my first time here, best to stay where I can keep up with maps as opposed to trying to rely on GPS. I have no guarantee, since I don't have like a Garmin. I use Strava on my phone and my watch. So I'd rather be where I can see maps. At this point. But Strombolus Lake Loop was pretty. It was a little more technical. So there's that. And 2, with my wife waiting in the parking lot and not knowing how reliable self-service is. It's just another reason to not add 4 miles of smiles. Because I got a smile waiting for me when I get back. And I love her. So there's that. Really glad I got a little older and started valuing more cross-country riding. Because honestly, and if you're in the Traverse City area in Michigan, you're going to want to go to Boyne Highlands or Ditch Pickle. Oh, sorry. you're going to want to go to Boyne Highlands or some of the bandit trails in this area that are around, and free ride if you're younger and stuff like that, and you might miss this. Honestly, as a Clydesdale, this trail's a gem. I enjoyed every minute of this. I would have missed out if I was just looking for the elevation. I'm not gonna film an outro because I'm on vacation with my wife. So what I'm gonna do is just let the camera roll and let you see the beauty. That's pretty much what I've done this whole ride. Yeah, like I said, just being older and wanting to enjoy the miles and see the beauty in the trails, this was so worth it. Where I might have missed it as a free rider. So with that, live the faith, ride it out, and I hope to see you on the trail.